Hello, guys, long time no see. I'm Gabi Erasmus, and I'm here to help you with your English pronunciation and fluency, right? So, of course, we're having such a hard times right now, and no one wants to get sick. But it's something that we have the risk anyways. So I bring today this video in case of you guys get contaminated, or if you have someone in your family that get COVID-19, how to proceed, what to do. So this video is very interesting. He's an American doctor, so he's has an American accent, right? And I'm going to put this video on a speed zero point 0.8 first. Here you can see on the top of the page, left side. If you want to know how to download this extension, you just check the links below the comments in the video, and also to find the video of this doctor on YouTube. I will let the link below as well. So let's start. We are going to watch the entire video first with zero point 0.8 speed, slowly, and then I'm going to explain to you guys to listen with the normal speed, okay? So pay attention here.
Hi, my name is Dr. Jonathan Bayek. I'm an allergist and immunologist in Massachusetts, and I wanted to share with you some tips about what you might be able to do if you get sick with the COVID virus to prevent it from going into your lungs. So I know a lot of us feel like we have no control and that there's nothing that we can do. And actually there's a lot we can do. If we wash our hands and don't touch our face and really are careful about how we're exposing ourselves to others and practicing social distancing, we're going to do a lot better. Now, if you do get sick, and many of us are going to get sick, some people will get very mild symptoms and some people will get much worse symptoms. But one of the things that you can do to try to prevent it from getting in your lungs is to practice breathing before you get sick. And then if you do get sick, there's a few things that you really need to think about doing. The way our lungs work is most of it's in the back part of our torso. And so when you get sick, the tendency is to want to lay down, lay on your back, just sort of let things get better. But unfortunately, with this particular virus, that's not good because it can get into the back parts of your lung and make your lungs weaker and more compromised. So what you need to do if you do get sick is, as hard as it may be, is you have to move. You have to get up, you have to walk around, you have to sit up, and you gotta breathe. And there's some ways that you can expand your lungs, and there's a lot of different techniques for it. There's a lot of stuff online, but I'm gonna give you some examples. So one of the things you can do is several times in a row, take a deep breath in and hold it for 5 seconds like this. And repeat that 5 times. And at the end, give a good cough, not towards somebody in front of you when you're alone, just a really deep cough to try to expand the air in your lungs, because the bottom part of your lungs can collapse on itself. It's called basilar atelectasis. And if the virus gets in there, it's going to expand and cause more inflammation and make things accelerate much more quickly. So that's really important that you do that. So I want to just reiterate, breathe, practice it now before you get sick so that your lungs are used to it. And so deep breaths in, hold it, repeat that 5 times, and then a really deep cough, again, not at somebody around you. After that, the other important thing I want everybody to remember is you gotta move. So if you get sick and you need to lay down, that's fine, but you lay on your side, you gotta move over, you gotta sit up. And as much as it hurts to do the breathing stuff, it's really gonna make a big difference so that you don't end up in the hospital on oxygen or on a ventilator. I hope that helps. Be well, stay safe, wash your hands, and don't touch your face.
Well, that was great recommendations, and I haven't seen such a good video in Portuguese, so I'm sharing this video with you guys also as medical information, right? It's not me, it's the doctor that's saying. I'm just here to explain you and maybe translate some things. So let's start over, and I'm going to explain you what is he saying. first of all, we know the context of the video. We know he's talking about COVID. COVID is related to your lungs, breathing. It's an infection. He's talking about like medical terms. So understanding the context is very important for you. And let's see what he is gonna say. Also, an observation. Not every time on YouTube the subtitles are going to be correct. They're wrong because they're like it's a robot that generates the speech. So it's normal where you find many mistakes on these subtitles, but I'm here to help you. So let's start.
Hi, my name is Dr. Jonathan Bayek.
So, hi, my name is Dr. Johnson Bayek. I just know his name because it's here, behind this Bayek, Jonathan Bayek. Otherwise, I would be like, oh, it's too fast, he said.
I'm an allergist and immunologist in Massachusetts.
So he says, I'm analyst or immunologist. So let's listen again. It's very fast. Let's put slower.
Massachusetts. And I wanted to share with you immunologist in Massachusetts.
Immunologist. What is the first word?
Just an immunologist in Massachusetts. Dr. Jonathan Bayek. I'm an allergist and immunologist.
Okay, allergist. He's an allergist and immunologist. Immunologist. So, even me, I couldn't recognize the allergist. Also because they say coming out, like coming out as an allergist and immunologist. It's almost imperceptible. So let's listen again, check like slower. I know sometimes it's hard to identify some words, so let's do again.
Dr. Jonathan Bayek. I'm an allergist and immunologist.
So he says an allergist, allergist and immunologist, certo? So he treats allergies and about immunity in your body, right? Let's go.
In Massachusetts.
In Massachusetts. Massachusetts is a state in the U.S., right? So this is the state he works.
And I wanted to share with you.
So, and I wanted to share with you. He's speaking very, very fast, and I wanted to share with you. That's the way you see the writing here on the top. But when he is speaking, a native speaker, they speak like, I wanted to share with you. I wanted to share with you. So that's what you're going to listen. I wanted to share with you. I'm writing kind of in Portuguese, right, guys? So, and I wanted to share with you
some tips about what you might be able to do.
So some tips. You know what is a tip? I'm going to give you a good tip now. Pay attention in this video and study again over and over until you understand what he's saying. So that's a good tip. So he brings us some tips about what you might be able to do. When we say might, is a modal, like I might arrive late, I'm not on time. I'm sorry, I might be late. So it's a possibility, like you might be able, we say this in English as a ability to do something, You might be able to do, he says to do. To deal is like to deal with some problem, I don't know.
If you get sick with the COVID virus.
So if you get sick, if you get sick in case with the COVID virus, and it's not COVID, it's COVID.
To prevent it from going into your lungs.
So to prevent it going into your lungs. He said like to prevent, to stop the virus going for your lungs, you know? You listen very a lot of pronunciations, lungs. So he's trying to tell us, in case you get it, what can you do to don't be so bad, you know?
So I know a lot of us feel like we have no control.
I know something that I have knowledge about. A lot of us, we have no control. We can't control this.
And that there's nothing that we can do.
There's nothing we can do to stop, you know? There's nothing I can do to help someone with COVID because I'm not a doctor. But they can have good tips from a doctor, right? And actually, this actually is a false friend em português. É falso cognato, gente. Actually é na verdade, tá?
And actually, there's a lot we can do.
There's a lot we can do. He's saying that's a lie, you know? Like, many people think they can't do anything, but there's a lot that we can do to prevent it before. If, you know, if is a possibility. If we is like everybody, like you and I, we
If we wash our hands and don't touch our face,
wash your hands, you're seeing the image. Don't touch your face. Don't touch it. You know, it's better you wear a mask, and then you're going to remember to don't touch it. Don't touch your face. Touch, we say touch your face. I say our face, say like everybody's faces, but I'm saying your face, yours, and my face.
and really are careful about how we're exposing ourselves to others and practicing social.
And we really are careful, you know. Careful is when we're like take care, you know, like be cautious. We are like careful how we are exposing ourselves to others, you know. How are you going to be exposed very near by someone, like, or are you going to be make social distance? So being careful, it's about knowing that there's a virus spreading and you need to keep the distance, you know. So practicing social distancing, we are going to do a lot better now if you get sick, you know.
Social distancing, we're going to do a lot better. Now, if you do get sick, and
Now, if you do, that's the auxiliary verb we never understood. If you do get sick, it means if you get sick, se você ficar doente. So the do in English is just to confirm something. If you do get sick, if it happens to you. And many of us are going to get, because it's a pandemic, we cannot control it. So many of us are going to be sick with COVID. That's a fact, you know, it's like a statistics.
many of us are going to get sick.
So many of us are going to get sick. He's saying are gonna get sick, are gonna get sick, are going to get sick.
People will get very mild symptoms.
So some people will get very mild. You know what means mild? This is like strong. This is soft. And this is mild. It's like so, you know. Mild symptoms, very like smooth. And some people will get much more symptoms. You know, some people will be a lot more sick. Some people will even be asymptomatic. They won't manifest the disease, but they will carry the virus, right?
And some people will get much worse symptoms. But one
So much more. Some people will get, when we say will get, it's like will is the future of the to be verb. Will get, you know? Much more. Muito mais. Get, ficar, become, to become. It's like some people will get much more. Muito mais, né? Symptoms, but one
One of the things that you can do to try to prevent it
One of the things, we have many things, but one of the things that you can do to try to prevent it. He's speaking fast, like prevent it. Let's go this again.
one of the things that you can do to try to prevent it from getting
To prevent it. He speak really, really fast. So he say to prevent it. Prevent it. To prevent it. Prevent it. To prevent it. Very fast. So it was like to try to prevent, to stop it. Right? He's showing the lungs image now.
in your lungs is to
From getting in. When we say getting in, it's like going inside, getting in. He didn't say ear, you know. Let's listen again.
lungs is to practice breathing before is to practice breathing getting in your lungs is to
Oh, getting in your lungs is to practice. He didn't say ear, okay, gente? That doesn't exist this word here.
practice breathing before you get sick.
Is to practice, practice like when you were going to do an exam, you need to study before, like study a book, read everything. But when you need to do like a marathon, running, you need to practice, run a lot before. So that's practice, practice makes perfection, they say. It's a lie, Breathing. I'm breathing now. I'm alive. So breathing before you get sick. Because if you do it when you get sick, it's going to be too late. So practice in advance,
And then if you do get sick, there's a few things that you really need to think about.
So if you do get sick, again, if you in fact get sick, if you test yes for COVID, there's a few things that you really need to think about. Think about it, okay? You need to be attempted to think about, like, oh my God, what am I going to do if I get sick?
About doing. The way our lungs work is most
Think about doing, like, think about some action, what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do now? I got sick, my God. The way our lungs works is it's like the way, the way is like it's not the form. I could say the way is like the way something works. I even forgot how to say this. In Portuguese, you say o jeito, right? But the way is like the manner, the kind of, the way our lungs work. When we say work in English, we want to say funcionar, não é sempre trabalho. It's not always like work about jobs, The way this cell phone works is like when I'm talking, I'm recording as well. I have another tool, so it works really well, this tool. So the way our lungs work, like how do they do to breathe, to put air inside and to remove it, how the engine of a machine works, how does it work?
most of it's in the back part of our
It's in the back part, back. I have my back here. Oh, this is my chair. So the back part of humans are often sore because I spend the day sitting and my back's hurt now. I feel pain in my back. So how's your back today? I need to do some stretching for my back. So he's showing his back right now, lower back, lower and up, lower back.
our torso.
So in the lower back of our torso, here, see? That's the part. And so
When you get sick, the tendency is to want to lay down.
So when you get sick, like you get tired and the tendency is to want to lie down. When you say lying down, like, oh, I want to go to my bed and lie down. I'm so tired, I can't breathe. Right? You lying down when you go to sleep.
On your back, just sort of let things get better.
You say lying down on your back is in this position, like you facing the hoof. Just sort of let things get better. When you let it go, you just want to rest and wait the disease to go away. So just sort of is like a kind of. It's like, that's how I want to do. So we make let the things get better. You understand? Please, guys, if you don't understand any word I'm saying, just let below the comments and I'm gonna help you. I'm not going to, I'm gonna help you. I need some air here, it's a bit warm here.
Better, but unfortunately,
Get better, it means I let the things to improve. But unfortunately, infelizmente, unfortunately, I'm fortunate if I have a lot of money. If I'm poor, maybe I'm unfortunate. So unfortunately, with this particular virus, the coronaviruses are tough.
with this particular virus, that's not good because it can
That's not good, That's not good to be sick and lying down. So the doctor is going to recommend you what to do.
get into the back parts of your lung.
So if you make pressure in the back part of your lungs and make
your lungs weaker and weaker.
it's gonna make them weak, strong, weak. I don't have any length anymore. My arms are weak, So weak is the opposite of strong. Weaker and weaker. So they're going to be really weak.
And more compromised.
Compromised, when something it's compromised, it means like a part of this is already damaged. Damage is like, let's say when someone gets cancer and they have like metastasis. So most of the cancer, the body of this person is compromised.
So what you need to do if you do get sick is
So what you need to do, right, if you do get sick, is,
as hard as it may be, is you have to move.
as hard as it may be, like if it's too difficult, even being too difficult, you have to move, You have to move.
You have to get up. You have to walk around.
Have to get up, as you see in the image, to get up and walk around, You should move yourself. Get up, leave the bed, walk around and do something. Don't be lying down, on your lungs. Don't damage them more. Like, be active.
Around, you have to sit up and you gotta breathe.
So you have to sit up, like as he's showing the guy. Breathe and be active, right?
And there's some ways that you can expand your lungs, and
there is some ways, there's some forms, there's some possibilities that you can expand, expand your lungs. Expanding my lungs now, like they're expanded, bigger. And there's
a lot of different techniques for it.
A lot of different techniques, like a good technique to learn English is to practice with me. So there is a lot of techniques for
There's a lot of stuff online, but I'm gonna
There's a lot of stuff online, you know, stuff are like things. There's a lot of coisas online, stuff. But let me
give you some examples.
let me give you some examples. Like I'm gonna give you some examples. Like let me go, you know, let me do something. Allow me to do it.
So one of the things you can do is several times in a
One of the things that you can do is several times, like more than once, right?
row, take a deep
Several times in a row, like with intervals, periods of times, you know? Take a deep. Deep is like very deep in the ocean, very deep, you know? Deep. This is deep. Very inside the bottle.
deep breath in and hold it for 5 seconds like this.
So deep breath and hold, you know, like hold me. Oh my God, I love to be held. Held is the past of hold. So hold me, please, I'm cold, you know. Hold is just like involve something, you know. But hold in this way means like to hold your breath, like wait a bit, hold on. We say hold on as well, like hold on, I'm going. Hold it for 5 seconds. So let's do the exercise with him.
This. And repeat that 5 times.
And repeat 5 times. So 2, 2, 3, 2 more.
And at the end, give a good cough, not
And at the end, you know, when you finish the 5 times, give a good cough. You know, cough is like cough is not the coffee that we drink in the morning. It's a cough. Cough. So not towards someone, please. We're keeping social distance, so we can't cough to someone's face, right? So cough far away from people. Cough alone.
towards somebody in front of you, and when you're alone,
Toward somebody in front of you. Like there's somebody in front of you. Don't do it. Cough there, like no, it's true. Whoa.
just a really deep cough to try to expand the air.
So a deep cough is like very deep, you know. Try to expand the air, you know. Let the air come inside your lungs.
In your lungs, because the bottom part of your lungs can
So the bottom part of your lungs. So the bottom is this is the top part and this is the bottom. Like this is the top of the bottle and this is the bottle of the bottle, right? The bottom part. So the bottom part of your lungs can
collapse on itself. It's called
when you say collapse, like it's called
basal atelectasis. And if
basal atelectasis. I don't know this is medical term.
basal atelectasis,
Basal atelectasis. So that's something that I don't know because I'm not a doctor, right? I think it's basal atelectasis. If I would search for it online, you know, for sure. But I will let this task for you.
and if the virus gets in there, it's going to expand and cause more.
So if the virus gets in there, it's going to expand, right? And cause more. Cause is like to provoke more
Inflammation and make things accelerate.
inflammation. So if you don't stretch your lungs, if you don't let them get used to breathe deeply, the inflammation can make things accelerate, you know? So it can make it faster.
Much more quickly.
So much more quickly, like very fast.
So that's really important that you do that. So
That is really important that you do that. So pay attention in the video and follow the instructions, right?
I want to just reiterate, breathe, practice.
So I want to just reiterate, just like say it again. So let's do a summarize here. Vamos resumir. Breathe, practice. It's like bullets, you know? Check. Breathe, practice.
It now before you get sick so that you're
Now, before you get sick, you know? So if you are not sick, do it. Practice, because when you get sick, it's going to be easier. So do it now.
lungs are used to it. And so
When you say, so your lungs are used to, they get a habit to feel stretched, you know, like they get resistance, they get stronger, not weak, right? Strong lungs, strong lung.
so deep breaths in, hold it, repeat that 5
Deep breaths, hold it. That's the exercise. Repeat that 5 times and
times, and then a really deep cough again,
really deep cough. Again.
and not at somebody
One more time.
around
Not at somebody. Okay, he's really being clear in the information.
you. After that, the other
After that, after you do all these, where should you do now? What should you do now?
important thing I want everybody to remember is you got to move. So
One important thing I want everybody to remember, like use your memory, remember it. You got to move. You got to move. Don't be static. Move. Move around. So you got to move. You got to go. You got to do. So you got to move, right?
if you get sick and you need to lay down, that's fine.
So if you get sick and you need to lie down a bit, it's okay, you know. But
You lay on your side, you got to move
so yeah, you roll around, lie on your side, move your body in the bed, right?
over, you got to sit up. And as much as it hurts to do the
So you gotta sit up, you know. I'm standing and now I'm gonna sit up in my chair. And as much as it hurts, like, oh, I feel pain, right? It's hurting. My wrist is hurt. That's why I'm wearing a brace.
breathing stuff, it's really going to make a big difference.
So this breathing stuff, these exercises of breathing, it's going to make a big difference. So it's really important for you to do a big difference in your life.
So that you don't end up in the hospital on oxygen.
So that consequences, you don't end up, you're not going to finish, you're not going to need to go to the hospital oxygen
Or on a ventilator. I hope that helps.
or a ventilator. You know, ventilator is like something that puts air inside and send it to your lungs, and you keep living by the machines because your body can't do it. So I hope, you know, oxygen, we breathe. Ventilator, I think I have a ventilator here. Let me turn it off. Sorry for the noise, guys. It's a bit hot here. So I hope that helps.
Be well, stay safe, wash your hands, and don't touch your face.
Be well, please. Be well is like do good, keep well, keep healthy. And don't touch your face. Again, don't touch your face. Okay, guys.
Hi, my name's
We're going to watch the last time. I know it can be tiring, but repetition is the key for you to learn. And don't forget, now is the teacher that is telling you. Repeat the things out loud as I am repeating now. Right? Repeat, talk. Don't think, just talk. Use your mouth. Use the muscles of your mouth. your tongue, you know, things. Do it. So don't study passively. Be active always, you know. Speak. That's what is going to make you fluent. That's what's going to make you speak. So if you don't understand the text, pick it from YouTube here. You just select it all, right? And translate in your own language. And study it. Read the meaning. And then you watch the video again. Make relations. Make new sentences, right? So let's just listen again over. And I hope you keep healthy, guys. And good. So I'm going to go away now and put the video in the whole thing here. So this time is going to be bigger, right? Put it here over. Yeah, better now. So let's watch it over and finish this video. So bye guys, finish watching and I will see you on the next video. Thank you for watching, and if you like this content, subscribe to my channel. Bye.
Dr. Jonathan Bayek. I'm an allergist and immunologist in Massachusetts, and I wanted to share with you some tips about what you might be able to do if you get sick with the COVID virus to prevent it from going into your lungs. So I know a lot of us feel like we have no control and that there's nothing that we can do. And actually there's a lot we can do. If we wash our hands and don't touch our face and really are careful about how we're exposing ourselves to others and practicing social distancing, we're going to do a lot better. Now, if you do get sick, and many of us are going to get sick, some people will get very mild symptoms and some people will get much worse symptoms. But one of the things that you can do to try to prevent it from getting in your lungs is to practice breathing before you get sick. And then if you do get sick, there's a few things that you really need to think about doing. The way our lungs work is most of it's in the back part of our torso. And so when you get sick, the tendency is to want to lay down, lay on your back, just sort of let things get better. But unfortunately, with this particular virus, that's not good because it can get into the back parts of your lung and make your lungs weaker and more compromised. So what you need to do if you do get sick is, as hard as it may be, is you have to move. You have to get up, you have to walk around, you have to sit up, and you gotta breathe. And there's some ways that you can expand your lungs, and there's a lot of different techniques for it. There's a lot of stuff online, but I'm gonna give you some examples. So one of the things you can do is several times in a row, take a deep breath in and hold it for 5 seconds, like this. And repeat that 5 times. And at the end, give a good cough, not towards somebody in front of you when you're alone, just a really deep cough to try to expand the air in your lungs, because the bottom part of your lungs can collapse on itself. It's called basilar atelectasis. And if the virus gets in there, it's going to expand and cause more inflammation and make things accelerate much more quickly. So that's really important that you do that. So I want to just reiterate, breathe, practice it now before you get sick so that your lungs are used to it. And so deep breaths in, hold it, repeat that 5 times, and then a really deep cough, again, not at somebody around you. After that, the other important thing I want everybody to remember is you gotta move. So if you get sick and you need to lay down, that's fine, but you lay on your side, you gotta move over, you gotta sit up. And as much as it hurts to do the breathing stuff, it's really gonna make a big difference so that you don't end up in the hospital on oxygen or on a ventilator. I hope that helps. Be well, stay safe, wash your hands, and don't touch your face.